Hello YouTube, this is a kind of a request video. We've been asked to go back to Adventureland. It's an amusement park here in Iowa. It's one of the biggest amusement parks in Iowa. And since we're thinking about vacationing locally in 2026, I thought we'd just give Adventureland a shot. We have not filmed there since 2022 or 2021. Yeah, 2021. Because we went there for 3 years in a row. I think 2019, 2020, and 2021. So I thought we'd go back again. Just let you guys know, Adventureland has changed ownerships going into 2025 season. Now they were being owned by the Hershey Company that owns Dollywood and Silver Dollar City. So those are the big heavy hitters, and they do see future in Adventureland. But this is what I like to see in Adventureland when we do our planned trip in 2026. I'm hoping we see something planned in 2026, because in 2025 it was the 50th anniversary, and all they got was a remake of The Underground, which is okay, but I think we could have done better. But yet, just can't plan stuff like that. Right now, let's get on the overlook of the park, and I'm going to show you a little diagram. I'm hoping you guys see the red X's. We do apologize ahead of time. I had to crunch this, kind of a last minute thing. I don't know if you can see this map over here in the corner, but I'll try to extend the whole half screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. You're going to see a series of X's. Let's talk about the two bottom X's at the bottom of the screen. That's on the south side of the park. What a lot of people like to see there is more parking. Parking on the for the south side of the park. So they have like a water park entrance, just for the people that wants the water park. Also, there's going to be an X in the upper right-hand corner into an open field that, believe it or not, Adventureland does own. They do events there once in a while. We'll talk about that X in a little bit, but the parking lot can go extend into that little area too. Then you're going to see 5 X's in the main park. We'll talk about every single one individually, but let's talk about the 1X next, because this is the X where it used to be the Raging River. The last few years it's been standing, not operating. This is what I like to see in its place instead. Okay, this diagram you're going to see pop up. You're going to see a big circle, hopefully a big red circle with 3 X's. We're going to talk about the one big X up there. The one big X I would love to see in that general area that's revolving the lake area, part of the Raging River ride that's in that area and all that stuff. And we'll talk about the 2 little X's down below, where I like to see there also part of that little expansion right there. Rip out the whole area, circles the entire ride of the Raging River. If you can be able to see that red circle, you gotta look very closely to see that red circle. Like I said, I had to punch this in the last minute deal. The big red X. What I like to see there, I would love to see a B&M roller coaster there, but you're going to see this instead. Right here, what you're going to see instead is, we'd love to see a B&M invert, but we're not going to see that. It's a little expensive. But we'd like to see what would be the first ever Infinity Invert coaster by Gerstlauer. Now, Gerstlauer has a roller coaster at Adventureland called the Monster. That is the first infinity coaster of its kind in the United States. But they also manufacture a Infinity Invert coaster. So there's the picture right there, what it looks like. It's 2 rows wide, couple rows, about 7-8 rows deep. Probably holds it could probably hold about 20 people. You could run maybe 2 trains. Maybe running on about 3,000 feet of track with a lot of regular inversions, vertical loops, Corba rolls, and all that good stuff that you see on most inverts. That would be the first ever Infinity Inverter coaster in the United States of its kind. They're very rare coaster models for Gerstlauer, but I think it's due for Adventureland. So Adventureland will have 2 Infinity coasters in its park. That'd be a good hit right there. I hope they make it happen. But I would love to take that space right there. It's got plenty of space for it. Now let's talk about what could be in one of the other X's there. Let's talk one of the X's. You pick either or. I'll leave it up to you guys. Doesn't matter. I prefer it to be on the back side. The front side can be could be a restaurant, gift shop, or some kind of a outdoor show stage, or a small indoor show stage, and that for a show or something like that. But more likely, possibly, maybe more games, gift shops, or maybe another dining option, possibly. But I prefer some form of entertainment. Eventually, it's lacking entertainment. Then the other X, we're going to probably see it pop up right now, technically right now on this video, is the you're going to see, I like to see placed there is a Vekoma Nimbus ride. We've seen one of these in action. In that it is a nice, unique ride. If it's not the Nimbus ride, which that is a good ride, I have filmed it at one of the parks. But also, it was at Adventureland in Las Vegas, I filmed it. Plus, or you're going to look for a replacement for the Lady Luck, and I'm not sure what this is called. I think it's made by Vekoma or Chance Rides. There's a photo up there. Looks like an outer face version of the Lady Luck. That would be an awesome ride to turn in. There's only one of these rides in the area, and it's at a baseball diamond in the down in the Quad Cities. So they got a theme to a baseball theme. And that, so that would be 1 or 2 rides that they could work at Adventureland for right there. But if there's not the Nimbus, we got to make sure this ride happens, because this is a newer version of that. That would be what they had, the Lady Luck that they took out a few years ago. As we see the next diagram right here, you're going to see a yellow tower to the left of the screen. There's a little petunia pig down below it. And all that stuff. Looks like there's a long building there that's be a bumper cars. Looks like a little sky shot tower right there. But that red circle with the big X in there. It was always been an open field there all the years, and just couldn't get nothing developed there at all. They had a circus there for a short time, and they just had like a summer water performance show this summer there, but it was only temporarily. But you would like to see 1 or 2 rides that could fit that area very easily, and eventually it's lacking in rides that takes you, flat rides that takes you upside down. We're talking about flat rides that takes you upside down. Can flip you upside down in many different ways. There's one I got one in mind that really does the job, and there's another one that could be a good option too. But that option could go someplace else in that park too, also, and that. So I was thinking, what would be perfect is, and Adventureland does, and no park really has that. It's called a top scan. That's the photo you see right now. It's one of those crazy rides. It's at a few amusement parks. I think the closest one is to a couple of our subscribers. Carla, this might be closer to Carowinds. I think Carowinds has something similar to this, and that. If that ride doesn't happen, I would like to see this Zambella Endeavor ride. If you don't know what an Endeavor ride is, it's one of those unique rides. I seen one in operation at Kings Island recently on our recent vacations. We took a couple years back. There's one in St. Louis. There's no other nuns in the other areas. But why not have one in Adventureland? This is what a newer version of what they call the Enterprise, which in Cedar Point was known as the Witch's Wheel. I think I forgot what they call one in St. Louis, but they have a newer version. They have one of these Endeavor rides. It also works there too. But that would be one or two rides that could fit there. But if I wanted something unique, different, that's not seen in the Midwest, I would go with Top Scan. Okay, this one has will be a little bit more controversial. There's already a ride in this place, but it's one of those rides you can relocate in the park. It's a flat ride. It's a big Ferris wheel. Since they really took out the Galleon recently, and I always look at the space and that there's only one ride. Actually, it's a small footprint roller coaster, and it's a launch coaster. It would have to move the Ferris wheel there to another location. I'll show you in the next diagram. But I'm not going to show you the actual ride. Just look up one of our videos of the Ferris wheel. You know what I meant by that big Ferris wheel at the front of the park. Why not relocate it to the back of the park, to another section of the park, to an area that's not being used for anything? Just whatever is in its way, rip it out, put it in, and you got a Ferris wheel down there. We'll talk about that a little bit, but we'll talk about this one right here. This one is going to feature, it's a Premier Rides Skyrocket. That's the photograph you're seeing right now in the corner. It is an awesome ride. I heard many good things about it. It's a low capacity ride, actually, for it, but eventually it's got a few low capacity rides anyway. You can make this a 12-seater, or that's 2 trains, or you can make a 3-car train. It can hold 18 people. But I think for the footprint I have right here, I think it's going to be the 12-seater. It's going to be the better fit in this area, and it gives you a major coaster at the front of the park, where you need a lot of people up there at the front of the park, not just to go shopping and eat, but there's also your train ride and your carousel up front. Unfortunately, it would have to make the Ferris wheel relocate someplace else in the park, but if it happens, it has to happen. But I would like to see a Premier Skyrocket there in that spot. It will give them a major coaster at up front of the park and gives Adventureland a launch coaster. This diagram, you're going to see a small circle or an X. You're going to see a building in the middle of that. That used to be part of the Sky Ride. There's one in the south end of the park, and there's one on the north end of the park. The one in the north end of the park, I think they're going to transform it into either a restaurant, one of those fast food places, a games, or some type of gift shop, or possibly maybe a small live band stage area that's undercover, which that'd be good too. Like I said, Adventureland is lacking a lot of entertainment. But a lot of parks are doing this as to cut costs and all that stuff. But down here in this X, that's where you put the Ferris wheel. Because not too far away, you got a county fair section. It's games and one ride, the Tornado. You also, the entrance, also there's a few kiddie rides in that general area. So you gotta make it part of a family ride section, except for one thrill ride, which is a couple thrill rides. Monster and the Tornado, but you're not too away from Bernie's Land, and you got a few kiddie rides in that general area. So the Ferris wheel would fit there perfectly, sandwiched between the games of the county fair area and where Dragon Slayer is sitting currently right now. But I think the Ferris wheel would fit there perfectly. Okay, this one is people's gonna remind me, Chuck, is this the layout of the old Dragon roller coaster? I go, yes it is. It is what it is. What they need to put there in its place, and you can build the queue line someplace else. So I was thinking about the queue line up there. There's 2 circle around things. One's being used for games. The other one is, I think they're using it for some kind of entertainment. Oh, it's dormant. You make that as a queue line for this new roller coaster. It'll be a perfect name for it. You can use the same color schemes and that. But what I'm thinking for a roller coaster there is a custom-made RMC single rail track. I think it's called the Raptor model track, or it's the Raptor track that they talk about, but it's a single rail track. There's a cookie cutter version up at the up there at Lost Island in Waterloo. Why not have a single rail track custom made for Adventureland in this spot, in this place? Why not just call it Dragon's Revenge? Yay! You got Dragon Slayer, now you got Dragon's Revenge. How about that? I would say it'll be and this way you have a ground up RMC without having to RMC the other two roller coasters and that's been open for debate many years. But I would say the Raptor track, single rail track, would be a way to go. And it's and you get a custom layout and that. Whatever they decide for the inversions, we'll let RMC decide that when they see that spot. But yeah, that'll be a good coaster called Dragon's Revenge. How's that? You got Dragon Slayer, now you got Dragon's Revenge. Hope it happens. This last diagram I'm just showing you right now just popped up on your screen. I'm going to pop it up a little bit, then I'm going to pop up the what I would like to see in this spot instead. What I'd like to see in this spot, I'm not going to ask for much in this area. You're going to have a couple of roller coasters that's going to have inversions. We need a steel coaster with no inversions. So what am I thinking? Are we going to go to, well, Aerodynamics Morgan's out of business. B&M would be too expensive option. But Chance Rides do have a roller coaster option, and they do have one of these at Kentucky Kingdom. It's at Kentucky Kingdom, and their roller coaster is fantastic. It's one of those mini hyper coasters. It's not really a hyper coaster, but it has a hyper attitude. That is called Lightning Run. It is a fantastic coaster by Chance Rides. The only roller coaster they ever built. Why not have Adventureland has one of those in its place in that general area? And you don't have to make it too high. You can make it probably one of the third tallest coasters in the park, or maybe the fourth tallest. It's going to have a lot of airtime hills, ejector air, floater air, some other inversions, not really going through inversions, upside down, banking turns, what they call near inversions, will be great fit, and all that stuff. And with the extra space, they can add more. They can add a little entertainment complex down there, and possibly if one of the other flat rides doesn't fit at what I talked earlier, get the other fit down there too. So either the one, like I said, I showed you two other flat rides that is great fit in that area. But I would say either or you can put that Endeavor ride so it gives Adventureland two flat rides that goes upside down. But I would say top scan would be it. I would say if it's not the Nebulous in this location, if it's not already in that other location, but put the other ride in this location too. So there, you can save one of those flat rides, or you can put the Endeavor there too. Whatever rocks the boat and all that stuff. So that's my wish list for Adventureland. Does it happen? Will it happen? Time will tell. It all depends on the economy and all that stuff. So I hope you guys like my input on this. We are going back to Adventureland in 2026. I'm hoping to see one of these flat rides already installed. It doesn't take long to install one of these rides. I'm hoping to even see the top scan installed. If it's not, at least the Endeavor installed in that one area where it really needs a ride there to draw people in that general area too. So, yeah. I think it's going to be a good, I think Adventureland has a good future with its current ownership. If they work with these manufacturers, it's up to them and all that stuff. But I would love to see an RMC Raptor Track custom made coaster We'd like to see the first ever Infinity invert coaster, because it's got the Infinity regular roller coaster, 2 inverts, but one is being a invert coaster, the other one's just a regular roller coaster that rides on top of the track. And the Adventureland does not have an invert coaster. Lost Island does, but come up with something a little bit better than what they have in that. So, all right, we're going to wrap up this video. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell. Yes, we are going back to Adventureland. Date to be determined. It's going to be either before our fair visit or after our fair visit. It all depends what time we want to go. All right, hopefully we'll talk to you then. Looks like our vacation is shaping up pretty good so far. All right, we're out of here. See you guys next time.